And welcome in the last video for this series about answering all the questions you have been asking that I didn't have the time to answer to lately. This last one was a bit trickier, as I said when I answered you. It is about understanding why you attract the wrong types of women in your life or why you fall in love with the wrong ones. I know this is a pretty niche topic and not everyone will relate to this. I still want to address it because I think it is very important, especially for men in an early age and even maybe later, 40 years old, whatever. You said specifically, can you talk about falling in love with people who don't love you back and simultaneously not being interested in people who are interested in you? I have this feeling that I cannot be loved by a high quality woman, and I will always find myself being loved only by people of lower quality that I am not interested in. I know this is some kind of limiting belief. Good, you have figured this out of mine, and I like to have some more awareness of that on that to work it through. Yes, this one, when I read your comment, I thought about like 10 different ways to answer this and to address this. So I needed some more information, and I saw you had some videos published on YouTube. And based on your comment and your behavior and personality on the videos, then I think I know what it is that might require some more investigation on my side. So if I say anything here that seems like it is not the response you were expecting, don't take it personally. I might be wrong. I'm just going to answer with the information at my disposal based on what you have been asking. First of all, you seem very concerned about what people think of you, and that might be a positive as a negative thing, depending on how we look at it. On the positive side, this concern makes you very, I guess, very productive and very efficient in many things. From what I think I can see of you, I think it is the positive intent, or at least the positive benefit of that concern. But it may also make you over analyze or make you very judgmental of yourself. That is the main point I would have to make. Basically, if you judge, first, even without talking about romantic relationships or attracting the wrong types of people, whatever, just you in your message saying low quality women means you are judging them. I'm not saying that in a negative way. You are judging people as we all do, but some people judge more than others. So judging is not a problem, but the threshold at which you judge somebody might be negative, depending on how you do it. The fact you call them low quality women, and maybe they are whatever, but the fact you call them this means you're judging them. If you are judging somebody else, that is always, unfortunately, going to be a mirror of how you judge yourself. And the fact you said, I want to attract high quality, that means you are evaluating there is some subjective standard for what is a high quality individual and what is a low quality individual. Where it becomes a problem if you say that you attract the wrong types of people is that you don't match the frequency you would like to match, and and therefore you may be stuck in judging yourself so much and seeing yourself as so much lower than the standard you have set for yourself that you end up connecting only with people you judge low quality, because deep down you don't see yourself yet as somebody of high quality enough to attract the kind of woman you would like. Therefore, that is more an internal work, I think, to figure out why and how and when. Why, how, when did you put such high standard for yourself? Even before talking about women in general, just yourself, first of all. When, how, and why did you put such a high standard for yourself, for what you should accomplish, for what kind of man you should be, how high should you be in life? When did you and how did you put such a high standard? Also, how do you know those standards are healthy? How do you know that? Maybe it is healthy, but maybe it comes from just some fucked up personal development guru who is just a drug addict. And there are many guys like this, even if we don't see them. I'm having seen the inside of the industry for a while. Many self-help gurus are not as healthy in their life as you might think. So when you say there is high quality people, men, women, and when you say there is low quality people, how did you define the standards and the measurement and the metrics to judge who is high, who is low? How do you define that, and why do you put those standards? And if you only attract the low ones by your standards, it means somehow in your mind you don't see yourself as a high quality person. So first of all, evaluating how did you define what is high quality, what is not? Is it really healthy? And let's say your standards are healthy because they make you move forward. You get more productive and more efficient and more motivated because of your high standards. That might be positive. But in that case, what stops you from being high quality? The second you become high quality in your standards, you're going to attract exactly the kind of person you want. What's missing? What are you lacking right now to become that high quality man, for example? What stops you from being there? Lately, curiously, I just heard that recently. I heard a phrase by a guy that you may or may not know about, who right now is getting shit on by the entire media. Nothing political, by the way, but somebody in my country who's getting shit on by all the media. And an interviewer asked him, "How do you not take it personally? Because so many people makes memes about you, makes fun of you, and criticize you in the worst ways possible, and you seem to not care." And the guy who was being attacked responded, "Well, we just judge people at the level we judge ourselves. And since I am not critical of myself, I don't see critical people as being able to do anything bad to me because I don't criticize myself. So I don't really care when people criticize me." You can adapt that ideology, that pattern to how you see yourself. If whenever you judge some woman as being low quality, you are in fact judging something in yourself. And I know this is very uncomfortable to process for everyone, myself included, because I have been at your fate at some point, so I know how uncomfortable it is to accept that. But whenever you judge a woman as being low quality or not in your standards, that means she is an echo, a reflection of what you are judging as in yourself as not being good enough. When did you learn that this was not good enough? Who set the standards to say that where you are right now is not good enough? Who set that fucking standard? That how do you know at the phase you are right now is not perfect? How do you know it's not perfect for where it is? And it is going to improve, of course, but maybe the today where you are is perfect. And who said it was not? And how the person who said you are not perfect right now, how does that person knows you're not perfect where you are right now? Challenge all those assumptions, and then specifically what criteria makes you understand that low quality woman is low, by which standards or criteria is she low compared to who, and how do you know that comparison is healthy or relevant? If somebody else was criticizing her, what would you say? If somebody else was criticizing you, what would you tell that person? And how would you take the critic and the blame if somebody else was criticizing you as a low quality person to get some reflection? And then let's say all of that is cleared, all of that is investigated. Okay, you really have found a healthy version of who is the person you want to attract. Then what's missing for you to get there? What's missing for you to get at the level where you are naturally attracting the kind of woman you think is high standard, is high quality? What's missing for you to get there? And if that type is really too high, then what's wrong with a middle ground? What's wrong with having not a low quality one, not a high one either, but a middle one? Because maybe yourself is a middle ground right now. Maybe you are not low quality, maybe you are not high quality either, maybe you are middle ground. What's wrong with finding somebody who's middle ground exactly like you? Wouldn't that be a healthier goal than always trying to climb higher and climb and chase more and chase higher? Maybe you're just in the middle ground and maybe it is fine because you're young. From what I saw, I don't even think you're older than me, from what I saw. So what's wrong with just having somebody match you where you are? and evolving together, for example. In any case, whenever you don't like the relationships you have around you right now, it is obligatorily, it is always, I'm going to make a generalization, it is always a reflection of something you judge in yourself. You don't like something in yourself, and therefore you project, as we all do, you project on the people who are an easier target than yourself. Because being critical in an honest way about ourselves is always more difficult than being critical of somebody else who is not improving themselves the way they should. Yes, so are you improving yourself the way you should by your standards in that case? I hope that helps. That may be very confrontational depending on how you take it. Sorry in advance if that is the case. But that is, I think, the best way I could find to address your question. And with that in mind, we are going to launch the new book, Magical Linguistics, in just 1 week from the moment this video is being posted. So there might be a slight break on YouTube, no videos for like 1 week, the time to do all the whole publication and record the few videos to explain what the book will be about. January 20, 2025, the book will be in your hands. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks a lot for staying with me on this channel. And I will keep answering your questions, obviously. See you really soon in the next video with the book launched.